rounds. The MAD Lions need to win against G2 in order to secure the last spot in the group stage. Team Heretics is waiting on the sideline. If MAD stumble, they have to face Team Heretics in a tiebreaker to fight for the top 8. He's tweeting.
He's tweeting
up a storm.
Look at that.
all the emojis, all the emojis.
The emojis, what's it gonna be? They're gonna be wild. So, MAD versus G2, pull up the standings. Not one last time. We're gonna do it one more time just for people who are just tuning in because MAD and G2 are their favorite teams. I don't know. MAD win means no tiebreaker games. XL and Heretics eliminated. G2 win, tiebreaker game between Heretics and MAD Lions for the last group stage spot that will be played after our last game, which is Vitality Koi. MAD Lions, bad news. G2 is 5-1 versus them this year. Good news, the one time they've won a game was in the regular season.
Okay.
We only have 1 minute. How did they win this one? Yamato.
Honestly, just stick to comfort. I think all in all, you just pick comfort champions like they did yesterday. I think it's more important to play champs you're confident on than to try to find some draft nirvana. Confidence is key.
Yeah, I just agree. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't have to completely outdraft enemy team and go in for something super. Don't make it complicated. Just get your comfort.
Get your comfort. Wow, that analysis, it's so hard-hitting.
You said
but
1
this
minute.
Is the comfort, yes.
You said 1 minute.
You still have 30 seconds, so tell me what about this one was so good for them?
I think it's great because down towards the bot lane, not only does Carzzy have something to actually self-feel for himself in the Kai'Sa, he also has setup. Setup is super crucial when you have Lee Sin in your jungle as well. Pyke as well there. You can always see the Lissandra. Level 6, skirmish, skirmish, skirmish. Let's get in there. Let's try and use our hands. Let's try and outplay them because MAD Lions super good at it. The problem is they've been over-forcing an outplay with compositions lately that doesn't play into that specific style.
We did say, are you really going to go for Pyke here? There is an inherent risk. Do you want to see them take similar risks or not?
I think,
versus G2.
Honestly, why not?
Okay.
I think in the end, you have to show the best version of yourself. If you're going to try to cater yourself to a G2, that's such a difficult task because they tend to cocktail it up. The last time MAD Lions beat them, they played against Talia, support, Swain mid. It was a cocktail altogether.
A cocktail all together. Let's see if it'll be the same and which one it'll be. MAD Lions for a chance at the group stage. I don't know if our mics were on, but I forgot that we had draft at the desk. But we have draft at the desk, and I'm so happy for it, and I'm totally prepared. Let's go.
Yeah, I think taking away that Saya as well is going to be really crucial from Carzzy. I feel like it's a cheat champion to have right now on blue side because you get set up, you get self-feel. It's really easy to screw up as well. Annie, of course, is a staple, and getting rid of some of the other champions like the Draven and Maokai that Yike has been playing a lot lately, quite what's expected into G2.
I wonder now what's going to happen to Vi. That's something that Yike has been picking up again and again. I'm assuming G2 is going to ban Xayah on 3, and we might just have a standard Sejuani Vi trade. I'm wondering now what MAD Lions are going to prioritize. I kind of like that identity when they picked Seju themselves and played for a topside game because this is something they have in the pocket as well.
See, lately I've been theorizing the fact that MAD Lions wants to let Sejuani through. They want to go for the likes of, hey, we still have that Lilia in the back pocket if we want to bring it out every now and then, like we saw in Winter. It's not like there was any big changes towards that. There was none at all. And now 3, Xayah comes through. Now it's just the fact, are you looking for those AD carries? We've seen Varus rise a lot in priority today. But as you said yourself, there's also just the trade of either I prefer Sejuani or I prefer the Vi. For the side of MAD Lions, it's going to be the Vi.
I wonder now with G2 what direction they're going to go in because Zeri was something that I really don't enjoy too much Hansama on because Mikyx doesn't like to play the Lulus and the Yumis of the previous splits. He wants to play champions with buttons that can impact mid a lot harder. So I'm curious which direction they're going to go into. I wouldn't be surprised if MAD Lions, just because they picked Vi, that they secure Zeri themselves. I wonder if G2 is just going to go in that direction where they just go full early game. Okay, Viego, I like it.
And there you have it. And that's actually one of the first quote-unquote carry junglers that we're seeing from Yike this split. He's been fully on the supportive one with the likes of Maokai. We've also seen the Jarvan earlier. And now we're finally going to see the Viego instead. And I think for G2 as well, in yesterday's defeat, the problem was they drafted so much scaling that they couldn't do what they would usually do, which is that early game agency, going for the playmaking. Now with this Ashe, could be a flex. Could go down towards the support with Mikyx as well. Could go to Hansama. We've already seen it once. Now, what is the response going to be from MAD Lions? Still loads of different AD carries up and available. You can match it with Lux Caitlyn. Not something that we've usually seen from Carzzy and Hylissang. Or you can just try and go for that Nautilus immediately. Say, I know I'm going to be behind if you flex this Ashe support. I don't care.
Yeah, it's very hard here to find a good champion for Hylia. I wonder if he's going to drop and to just pick AD and mid. They locked in the Ahri because the issue is if you pick a melee support, enemy's going to just slam Heimerdinger on 3, Braum on 3, and these are champions that Mikyx knows and loves to play. I'm hoping to just pick an AD carry here, probably Zeri, and just drop support and let Hyli go into the kitchen and put something very delicious together.
But we are geared up for mid jungle duo coming up here as well. Of course, Elyoya on that Vi and Nisqy on that Ahri instead, which allows the playmaking to come through from something MAD Lions had been so confident in doing earlier, something we've not seen too much of this split as well. And we mentioned the Varus priority. Carzzy's now going to on it. And I agree. I think saving support as far as you can here, slamming that Nautilus as early with Braum being a possibility where you can just flex the Ashe AD might be a bit scary. But let's see what they're looking for here. Could just go mid lane as well beforehand if you don't want to float.
Could be Cassio, could be Sylas. I think like Caps has many options. But Sivir into Varus, that's pretty standard, pretty safe. But at least they reveal where the Ashe goes, which makes picking super a lot easier. But G2 do have 4-5 bans to target Hyli's pool in the likes of Nautilus and maybe a Pyke if they're scared of it. I wonder now, in terms of the champions that Caps can play into Ahri, he could potentially play Sylas on 4, he could play Cassio on 4, he could even play Lissandra. There's so many champions you can pick into Ahri, and that's why we don't see it as often blind, but it worked the previous game. That's the Pyke indeed. I am assuming that Nautilus is going to be the next ban. Maybe you're talking BrokenBlade and his champions. I think removing Olaf could be good. Removing Jax also could be good. There's the Malphite instead.
So, still interesting because, you know, from the side of G2 Esports, they're most likely just going to forfeit their mid laner. They already know where this Ahri is going and they can just save the counter pick up on top lane for BrokenBlade. So if you're banning away the Malphite, might look for an AD champion up towards the top side for Chasy. Could be the Gnar. We've already seen the Gnar into Malphite matchup one time, and Gnar struggled a little bit with the comic Q coming out from the Malphite as well. So let's see if they want to go down the full road here, playing the Nautilus. Nautilus into Sivir. Oh. Not the best lane you can always go for. Can be a bit punishing on the Ashe, but not on the first few waves. That is certainly where Ashe dominates it.
Could be, I don't know, Alistair was a classic counter into Sivir.
That is very true.
Sounds a bit hard into Ashe, maybe. They have to remove the Sylas, of course. I feel like G2 have so many options here on 4. I wonder if they should just slam the Olaf ban, because Olaf is so dangerous. Now, Caps, are you going to go Sylas or Cassio, or just going to stun us all and bring out something completely different? Caps is always... you know, a gift that keeps on giving.
So that's the thing, right? Because there's some teams where you just go like, all right, this is going to be silent, it's going to be a seer, they're going to save the counter pick for top side, but it's going to be cookie cutter. But this is G2, so you never really know with the prediction that it's just going to be a silence.
I feel like this split, there's been a lot more of the...
much more stable recently, hasn't it?
It's nice. They just want to like slap you in the best 3s and best of 5s.
Are you more entertained this time?
Maybe.
The last draft you weren't fully...
Last time?
Yeah.
Was I not?
Yeah, no,
what are you talking about? Which
you
draft?
said entertaining. It was a little bit sarcastic.
Jayce, guys. Jayce.
Always more exciting.
Chasy on Jayce. Yes. It's a very good one. I like it.
Oh, you like it?
Because it's durable into the Olaf. I'm so scared of the Olaf 5 pick here because Ahri, Vi, and Varus is already showing. I feel like Olaf could do well there. But at least Jayce topside is going to be very durable. Hyli on Heimerdinger, that's kind of a bit dangerous into Ashe.
Yeah, really interesting because usually you see the Ashe being picked into the Heimerdinger. You get to take out the turrets. You get to have the range control. Turrets was also nerfed in the laning phase specifically, so Ashe has an easier time actually taking care of them.
Irelia is also strong here, but there's no leader in the game. Olaf is something BrokenBlade has played a lot, so why not?
Why not? And if he does it, it'll be fantastically predicted by the MAD Lions. Chasy up in that top lane with the Jayce. Now, he was, I feel like, more in winter than in spring. He was getting a lot of praise for his top lane performance, specifically on that Jayce as well. So is that going to be the difference maker here?
I don't know if it's going to be the difference maker this game already, at least for the early game. It's going to be very bot lane centric. We're going to have a lot of bush fight for the bush control in the early game. Wouldn't surprise me if we just saw 5 members meeting down towards the bottom lane to just try and get that vision control. I
think a key detail here is just Viego is so much better to be active early. If he can find impact in the bottom side or in the top side, these matchups are so swingy. If Olaf gets ahead, GG. If Ashe and Sivir is ahead, they're going to keep pushing, and then Mikyx does those Mikyx things where he just dominates the whole map.
Yeah.
It's all about what Viego can accomplish and if they can survive until Vi 6.
But I feel like MAD Lions did make it a bit more complicated this time around. It's not the same comfort we usually see from them. They've gone for a curveball, at least in terms of what we've come to see from them when they're at their best. It's going to be really interesting to see how they now pilot this one with specifically Hylissang and a Heimerdinger here.
We'll see indeed. By the book I saw there, the sign. We'll see if Nisqy goes for it. The handshake is coming in. Sjokz is looking backstage, just saying to his ex-team, come on, just win so I get a tiebreaker. By the book. There it is. We'll see what happens. The draft was certainly by the book. And also, is the Varus, we saw 2 AP Varuses already today, so maybe we'll see if
Maybe. I like Carzzy Varus. Just strong in lane, play it. It worked last split, so why not?
Playing to the strengths. The MAD Lions, they don't want to go through the extra hurdle of playing another tiebreaker. Let's see if they can lock it in.
And it's lights out, and away we go. Summoners with. Hello everyone, I'm still Medic, that's still Jamada. And this is still League of Legends. Unfortunately, no League of Legends 2 yet, where you can Heimerdinger grenade a smoke screen from a Graves to make it dissipate.
Oh, yeah. Could you
That
imagine
would be cool, man.
Oh.
Like, you can interact with other people's skill shots.
Maybe then, finally, smokescreen will be balanced.
It's one of the most broken non-ultimate abilities in the game. I think that and Flowers always talks about Event Horizon, the Vega E. Pretty broken as well, considering what it does.
Yeah.
The area it controls.
Yeah, I dig that.
And Silence. Soraka's E as well. I think Silence as a mechanic is inherently very strong.
Yeah.
For now, though, none of those champions in this game. So let's talk about the game instead, Jamada.
Are you sure? Do you want to talk about the game?
Well, I have a very simple mnemonic. Well, no, not even mnemonic, just a phrase for you guys. If you win as MAD Lions, you're in. You make it into the group stage, you knock out Heretics, and you lock G2 into 4th place. If G2 win, we'll have a tiebreaker between MAD and Heretics later on, and G2 will get 3rd place in the regular season, obviously.
Very interesting, very interesting. So those are the stakes for the game. For MAD.
And for G2.
And for G2, yeah. But for MAD, they do not want to have to face Team Heretics in the tiebreaker. So I think reflecting that back on the game, a lot of very proactive picks. You've got the Ahri and the Vi. We saw that last game use 2 massive amounts of efficiency on the side of Team Heretics. We'll see if perhaps Nisqy and Elyoya can find that same level of flair. I'm very interested in the top side matchup, just because it's one that could definitely be very volatile, but I don't necessarily believe that the junglers are going to get super involved unless someone gets very chunked out and a dive looks like it's on the cards. As I say that though, Yike is pathing up through the top side. He's got 3 camps.
Yep.
He's looking for Elyoya.
He's walking through the jungle with his Nikes on. He's in the zone. Playing games like Prednisone will confuse me forever in those lyrics. Prednisone, precursor to prednisolone, which is metabolized in the liver, is a glucocorticoid, so a type of steroid. And it's used for asthma attacks.
Right.
So why on earth would you be playing like it's prednisone? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Medically, just absolutely absurd. Caps looking for a gank in, Yike looking for the gank as Caps for something in the mid lane. Yike though, charmed up. There's the bolt breaker from Elyoya. And perhaps Yike will need some prednisone after this, flashes away. But instead he has burst blood. Nisqy trying to dodge to the side. Red buff on Elyoya will slow down Caps. Does still have the flash if he wants to get away from this one. Bolt breaker still used. Caps, you still got the flash, my dude. Elyoya, no flash to follow up from Caps. It's fine. Never in doubt.
A little bit of playing with fire. Not too bad. Really cheeky there from Nisqy on the Q bring back. Tried to flash at the very last second to get a bit of a reposition. And it does secure their kill onto Yike, who frankly just kind of overstepped. I guess just wasn't expecting Elyoya to be there, but he had a pretty good idea of where he could be, and it would be around that part of the map after the Wolf Camp. As Yike shows his face, Caps just says, you know what, maybe this is the setup we need. But yeah, Yike just oversteps his bounds. Chain CC'd, nice last second flash just to get the Q pullback, and it's about enough damage to ensure that Yike drops. Elyoya gets the flash in, and I mean, hell, even if he doesn't, Hylissang was there. Hylissang was ready. And,
roaming up when his wave's pushed under tower, typical Hylissang.
Good old Hylissang. Who needs XP in the support role? Am I right? Any truers? But yeah, Caps going in for another aggressive trade. Doesn't have flash now. That charm goes wide, so the trade back won't be as hefty as perhaps it could have been.
And Caps have got the Ruby Crystal Dark Seal off that back, so is in an okay position in that mid lane. Obviously, you expect to take some bad trades, or you expect to take some damage in this lane in the early game. You know, you're melee into a range. The Orb of Deception does a lot of damage as well if you get hit by the end of it. So Caps just trying to survive the early laning phase. Mikyx and Hansama, all summoners available to them. Elyoya clears out the ward, and the heal was used just to make sure that Hansama had enough movement speed to escape any possible grenades. Yike, perhaps looking for something in the mid lane. No flash, remember, on Caps or on Yike. Nisqy doesn't have that summoner either, but it's just a ward for the moment. Chasy trading onto BrokenBlade, knocks him back. Yeah.
I will quickly ad-lib and say that can't happen at level 6, otherwise BrokenBlade will kill him.
Yeah.
Needs to make sure he doesn't get caught out like that, but speaking of getting caught out, Caps, no flash from the earlier play, and Elyoya wants to try and abuse that. Will Nisqy hit the charm?
Nope.
Great sidestep. Bit of a miss, but also a good sidestep.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, a sidestep is just a poorly placed skill shot, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Right? Either you can predict where your opponent's going to be, or they manage to make a fool out of you, and there Nisqy was the fool, but Caps still feeling a bit of the pressure from constant attention from Elyoya. Chasy, slowed with the undertow, flashes the Spectral Maw, and that makes that 6 even more tricky for Chasy to navigate.
That's really scary now. Anytime Chasy eats pretty much one undertow, BrokenBlade could just press all of his buttons and just kill him. Depends on where the wave is. We'll see whether or not BB will look to try and abuse that, but speaking of being abused, bottom side 2v2, Hans and Mikyx already got the one plate. This is, I guess, typically a lane you would maybe expect Varus and this Heim to get a lot of priority, but Hilly spending a lot of time outside of lane, looking for a roam now onto Caps.
Caps no flash still. Can steal away the Spirit Rush though. He's got the hijack, so he can wait. Doesn't have to steal the ultimate, but did have the ability to get away. Chasy going back in, the Ragnarok. Ghost used as well. Flash away. Flash in fact, from BrokenBlade, and takes a couple of tower shots, but doesn't get taken out. Hansama flashes. Elyoya looking for Mikyx. Mikyx still has the flash here as well. Elyoya not yet level 6. Still a full level away from it, but still, Elyoya will be able to take a kill down towards the bottom side. Caps stole away. The Spirit Rush. Don't think he's used that yet. Nisqy did use one in the mid lane, and BrokenBlade will take his time with the tower in the top side to get himself a plate.
Gives us the OK MO as well. Feels pretty good about that trade, Hans. Should be fine. But yeah, I mean, BB hits one undertow, flashes in, knows Yike's not going to go for this plate. So really nice solo kill up in the top side. We'll see if that lead can be pushed even further.
Is anyone confused by what BrokenBlade did with his flash? He did flash forward. It's just sometimes the spectator bug is a little bit weird, so it looks like he was still on the same spot, but then he zooms towards where he's meant to be. Caught me out, as it often does. Spirit Rush in by Caps, dodge away from the abscond ducked by Nisqy. Caps goes back in once again. Still only level 5 for Elyoya, means it's a bit hard to chase down Caps, and Hilly is here just to help push in this wave. Mikyx's here too, though.
Oh, it's a 3v3 in the mid lane, as mid lane in Europe so often is. Historically, I've been told.
Oh, it's a 4v3.
Okay.
Chasey on vision, though.
Hey, Carzzy's here as well. Get them all here, sure.
Look, guys, we know shutting down Caps on a tried and true method of beating G2, but perhaps a little bit too much invested there. Although Waves...
They don't really lose anything.
Yeah, they don't lose anything. Waves weren't pushed under towers. They're not losing XP. Mikyx looking for something here. Hylissang does still have the flash. Mikyx with the Hail of Blades, trading forward. Something that Ashe does so well, and one of the reasons we saw her originally picked as an answer to the Heimerdinger is deal with turrets, right? The ability just to chip away at them from range makes it a lot harder for the Heimerdinger to actually gain true pressure in a lane. It's probably why... Partly to shut down Caps, but also partly because the lane isn't as easy for the Heimerdinger, that we see Hylissang roaming around the map as much as he is.
Absolutely. One thing I'm really interested to see is how MAD will deal with Hans and the Spell Shield. I think last game you saw the power of Yike when she's dealing with an AD carry that doesn't have a Spell Shield. This time around, Hans on the Sivir definitely disrupt that, because I feel like MAD would like to break up this tempo on the bottom side, stop their bottom lane from getting shoved in and poked out so consistently, but I think with constant defensive posturing from Yike around the bottom side, but also just the Spell Shield and the Cleanse, it does get so difficult to truly get on top of the target and then immediately blow them up. As, speaking of all that defensive posturing, all the pressure, all the priority is going to result in this first Cloud Dragon going down for G2.
Can I introduce you to a 5v5 MOBA played from a third-person point of view called Smite. that can help get rid of a spell shield as the Vi is on her way.
True.
Towards, I shouldn't really be shilling for the composition.
No, you probably shouldn't, but it's okay. You know.
I think it's okay. It worked for the joke.
But, well, you'll find out.
Ring ring, Mark Merrill on the phone. Better
Exactly.
stop. As if he knows my name. Gonna try and get in towards this blue buff now. Escaping Caps does have that cease and desist. Does have the flash as well. Spectral Maw just shot. Mad Lions evacuate the fight. Hylissang no caught up. Cease and desist for the chase. Hylissang tries to flash away. Elyoya traded back in. But they're outnumbered. They're outgunned. They're outmanned right now. Elyoya diving up to Mikyx. Mikyx flashes away and already it's 2 kills over to G2. Carzzy trying to get him from the bottom side, but Caps is on the chase for Nisqy. The arrow just hits the tail. A little bit of a haircut needed for the Ahri. Those tails a bit too wide, it seems. And Mikyx, ADC on ADC action. Mikyx will take it. Cosplaying has won this game, it seems. G2 take 4 for naught.
9 tails, maybe 1 less. Nisqy squeaks out of that. But it is the arrow that connects. Well aimed from Mikyx. And G2 unwilling to give up. That slight misposition there from Elyoya. Get the chase down in. The Vi ultimate stolen away from Caps. And the numbers advantage is G2 that are just there first to the plate. If MAD were there, maybe at equal numbers, they could have won out in this skirmish. You could see the damage return and what MAD were capable of, but not quite enough.
And as Caps engage here, you can see his Aragorn at the black gates for Yankos as he goes in. It's just locking up Hylissang, bursting him before the fight can really begin.
Yeah, absolutely. Hilly can't really add anything to this fight, and because Hilly dies so fast, Elyoya goes in a little bit split off from Nisqy. Nisqy can't add any of, well, all of his damage to that one target. Just means that there's no real chance for a reset. Fight split up, and Chasy.
Yeah, Chasy, you lose these. BrokenBlade 2-0 now on the Olaf.
It's so rough.
Hasn't played it at all in spring, but did go 5-1 on the champ in the winter split and continues to show that dominance. Caps going in once again. Mad Lions at 6s and 7s, it seems, just can't really find anything they're looking for. Elyoya dives in, but the Halo Blades on Mikyx continues to chip away at the back of the Vi. And it's such a difficult situation to be in. 4,000 gold down, and your mind can't only be on this game anymore. You're thinking, well, in 2 games' time, we have a tiebreaker up against Heretics if we lose this. Flash forward by Nisqy. They get Caps once again. Cease and desist, not enough, and Caps is on the chase. Nisqy dashes away with the Spirit Rush. 9 lives. Down to 6 now. An arrow from Mikyx as well. Mad Lions collapsing. They're looking for something. Mikyx sacrificed. Caps trying to escape through the tower range, dodges the top tower, dodges that extra shot, and is able to walk his way back up towards the top side of the map.
6 lives left. We'll see if he uses them better than Puss in Boots did. It's a great movie, by the way.
Oh, it's death in that movie is so scary, man.
He is.
I haven't had nightmares from a kids movie in a long time.
You had a nightmare about death?
No, come on, man, don't call me out like this. It's Puss in Boots, man. I can't be saying on live television I've had a nightmare about Puss in Boots. But yeah, I had a nightmare, okay? Scary movie.
Unsurprisingly. But yeah, really, really well played here by G2. Just constantly pushing the throw. I mean, hell, technically, that was Nisqy looking for that play, and it just got turned around on by Caps. And pure individual prowess. Chasy. Oh, no.
Chasy does have the flash, but the Ragnarok's going to chase him down. A flash over the wall. BrokenBlade going in. Yike adds 1 flash to boot, and BrokenBlade now on a killing spree. Tanks 2 tower shots, because why the hell not? And you have to feel, in this sort of situation, MAD are done and dusted. Buried in the ground of Summoner's Rift. 5,000 gold behind, and it's only 13 minutes in. A Rift Herald as well for G2. They secure this one quickly enough. That's more plates for them. Going to be probably 5 plates in the top lane. They've already taken 2 in the bot. None yet in mid, but Caps, instead of plates, he's killing players as he continues to dominate the map. 5-0 now on this Sylas. Rod of Age is complete. And the rate this game's going, I don't know if it'll get fully stacked before we see the Nexus fall. The arrow coming down. There's the Rift Herald as well. Nisqy with a good sidestep. The Foxfire being used just to help him get away. BrokenBlade coming in as well. There's the Rift Herald. Charge used immediately. 2 plates down in the mid as well. Nisqy trying to clear the wave. Got 30 seconds before these plates fall off. The smallest of mercies would be holding Caps away from getting a 3rd tower place in mid.
Smallest mercy indeed. G2 ruthless so far. Mad Lions, I mean, they have to find something, but again, it feels like it's so difficult everywhere across the map. You can't look at top. Mid lane almost feels out of the question. Caps just steals away one of your ultimates and you kind of just can't lock him down. Bottom side feels like maybe, but it's been left on such an island now for a while. As Hans wants this 1v1. Will be a 2v1 in a second.
Just the arrow down. The chain of corruption being used as well. Did get the slow on Hansama. Another ammo coming out from Mikyx. Anything you can do, I can do better. Mikyx with the Legolas cosplay. In fact, Yike trying to get him from behind here. BrokenBlade coming in as well. Ghost up in 1 second. Ragnarok as well, a possibility. Do you just go for the dive, the flash away from the charm?
Yes.
Nisqy has 1 Spirit Rush left, and you say yes. And G2's bodies are telling them that as well. The minion wave pushing in. BrokenBlade clears out the next one. The boomerang blade from Hansama, the Ragnarok in, the Heartbreaker and MAD Lions. Not only their hearts are broken, but their backs as well. Lane to waste by G2 in the bottom lane. 14 kills to 3 at 15 minutes in. G2 are on a tear.
More than that, it's a complete rampage. G2, everywhere they look, they find kills. Chasy now in trouble as well. I think this is just a solo kill for Caps maybe. No, phase rush, knock away.
Oh, that'd hit though. Can't quite get there.
He still wants it. He's not stopped. He's still going.
I mean, there's no tower, so we might as well. Chasey down, Caps dominating. Another arrow just flies across the screen.
Why not?
Watch out if you go get a snack after this game. That one might hit you, but let's see what Mikyx was aiming for. It's now got the Imperial Mandate complete. First items for everyone on the side of G2. Let's see. Just a brief moment of...
Yeah.
So no one on MAD has more gold than Mikyx has.
Everyone on MAD has less gold than everyone on G2.
Yep.
Yeah, that's mildly problematic, if I do say so myself.
Hylissang and Nisqy combined have less gold than BrokenBlade. That's some quick maths for you right there.
Yeah. So, chances on BB showing up to the next fight and running everyone over pretty high.
Yeah, Radiant Virtue as well on the Olaf. We don't really need more damage at this stage. You've got 40 stacks on your Ravenous Hydra. Another arrow going in, but the... Guys, you can't chip for every arrow. Come on. Just look at the mini-map. You can see with the minion wave pushed up, if anyone from MAD got hit by the arrow, it would have been truly disastrous.
They've just got the protractors out. Oh, hello.
The smite. All right, there you go. He's been playing other MOBAs. Elyoya helps MAD Lions get something on the board. But it's a small victory. BrokenBlade going forward. Ragnarok, he goes back in. This is 1v5 from BrokenBlade, and he's winning it! BrokenBlade takes one, he pays for it with his life, though. The shutdown going over to Nisqy, and that is a gold infusion for MAD Lions. Nisqy gets a shutdown. Carzzy, I believe, got one too from Hansama. It's a little bit of hope, perhaps.
Don't mind me huffing on the copium machine, as that's an arrow which is going to result in Chasy's death.
Yeah, that one you can cheer for, guys. Chasy chased down towards the bottom side. Mikyx gets another. Caps in the mid lane, just kills off Carzzy. Yike looking for a little bit more action. The Vault Breaker away from Elyoya will get him to safety. The arrow already a third of the way off his cooldown. 4th tower of the game as well, going over to G2. And as you said, it's a rampage, it's a rout. It's a rollicking here as G2 are 10,000 gold ahead at the 17-minute mark, Jamada.
G2 really want MAD to play this tiebreaker, huh?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, to be fair, for G2 winning this game, was it confirmed 3rd? So, oh, hello, goodbye. Legendary for Caps, not bad. 801.
And Hilly isn't even having a Hilly game, man.
No.
Like, he's played really well, and it's just, this is one of those games where you look at the stats and it's like, oh, it's just a Hilly game, but it's not. It's just a G2 game, it seems. Nisqy's going to Spirit Rush away. TP coming in as they look to try and collapse onto Caps. It would be 1,000 gold if they can get it. Spirit Rush stolen though, and Caps wants a piece of the action. Cease and desist being used as well. Caps so tanky. Has he got the Kingslayer back up? It's almost off cooldown, not quite. Shutdown goes over to Chasy. More gold in the pockets of MAD Lions, but meanwhile, BrokenBlade looking for towers. Instead of a fight, he's going in towards that top lane. We'll be able to get the tier 2. And it's the briefest, the smallest, the pinprick of light at the end of the tunnel, perhaps, for MAD Lions. But they've got so much more work to do if they're going to dig through that tunnel and find a victory from this game.
Jankos as well there, in the picture-in-picture. His fellow organization and friends on the G2 side.
Disappoint me. Disappoint me, man.
Doing him and his team a solid right now. Do they disappoint you though, really?
I mean, the thing with an arrow cheer is, right? Or it's like the Rift Herald cheer. I like it in moderation. Many things I like in moderation. You know, if it's just a random arrow that gets fired out of the mid lane, I will admit the observers are baiting you really hard by showing all of them. But you look at the wave state and it's like, if the blue side minions are pushed up, someone gets hit by that arrow, that's a big mistake from the person getting hit by that arrow, because you have so much time to look away. You have so much time to walk away. But I can't be mad at this crowd for long.
No.
They've been absolute darlings this weekend, as they continue to be, and it looks like we're going to get one more game at the end of the day to have a little bit more fun. Rift Herald now going to be secured by G2. We did see yesterday the fastest game of spring. I'm trying to remember who it was, but perhaps today we'll see it broken. Who knows? It's always a possibility. I'm sure Adair will ping me in my ear and be like, oh, it was this team, or even put it in our little auto cue in front of us that tells me every word I must say.
Oh, yeah.
If I ever mess up, by the way, it's the script writers, okay? They have written what I should say in the moment.
Throw them under the bus, why don't you? I mean, sure. I'm not going to say no.
No?
I'm just gonna let what you said sit.
That's because that's what it says in the script.
You're so smart, Medic.
Yeah.
You can read really well.
So Jamada,
Yeah.
we're 20 minutes in, and I think we have established our belief
That G2 should win this game.
that G2 are going to win this game. And if they don't win this game, it's something massive for Mad Lions.
Yeah.
Now, I want you, and I apologize for this, I want you to put your Mad Lions hat on.
Okay.
It could be one of those like cool hats that makes you look like a lion, you know, with the teeth or whatever, right? And tell me what you would do to get back into this game.
Well, firstly, I'm an analyst, not a magician. So, to be entirely honest with you, I'm not even really sure. I think G2 really have to overstep their bounds here. Because right now, across the board, there is not a single place where there isn't a massive deficit. I guess, silver lining, Carzzy's at 2 items. If they can maybe set him up for a good fight. But that's like extreme copium, because realistically, BrokenBlade should just run him down and murder him. So, where do you really go from there? You've got a couple of pick options between both the Vi and the Ahri.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's really rough, guys. I
appreciate you for trying.
Thank you. I appreciate you for making me try.
Putting you in the position to try.
Yeah.
I will say, something I hadn't thought about, you know the new Death Dance build with double pickaxe,
Yes.
right? Where you go double pickaxe, chain best, that's what BrokenBlade's building. It is kind of like BrokenBlade's playing Deep Rock Galactic, and he's just got both of his mines out, both of his pickaxes out to mine. It's like rock and stone, they're looking for the pick. Caps, chain of groceries on the way, they find the pick, it's Carzzy who gets it, Jamada, you absolute genius. Can Mad Lions escape though? Yike is on the chase, heartbreaker forward, Elyoya flashes away from it, the charge is wide, but here is the Olaf, and there go the entirety of Mad Lions, that's 2, he's looking for more, he's looking for 3, chases Chasy, underneath the tower, it's 3, can he make it 4, it's 4, rock and stone, BrokenBlade,
Rock and roll in his ears as he goes forward. BrokenBlade is a monster, and we knew it was going to happen, didn't we? We said it. He's just going to run down Carzzy, and he's going to run down the rest of the MAD, and they're not going to be able to do anything about it. He's too damn fed. And G2 just take everything with it. They'll get the Baron. They've got a Herald in the mid lane. I think Mad Lions, I'm going to have a hot, saucy date with Team Heretics at the end of the night.
And we saw Carzzy laughing in the back. You can do nothing but laugh in that sort of situation. So absurd. But BrokenBlade just able to run you down 10-2 now on the Olaf. Caps as well, 9-2. Him getting caught was the start of it all. The arrow, no one is chasing it! Good job, Mikyx. Woo! You get your Eternal a bit faster. Woo!
Your Eternal of all things. That's so funny. Oh my god!
How much AP does the man have?
So, do you remember when I said I'm not a magician, I'm an analyst?
Yeah, Caps is the magician.
Caps is the magician. Caps is the magician. We'll now look at the replay that we was about to. And Caps, yeah, to be fair, disappears and all. So I guess he's got all fronts covered. As, yeah, chase down here is just absurd. I mean, you've got Radiant Virtue healing ticking. And I don't know if he had Death Stance yet. No, he had components.
Yeah, components.
So this was pre-Death Stance, where he would have gotten more healing back. As we come out picture,
Hans away. Season 6 going in as well. Summer will fall, but Elyoya will be sacrificed for it. He goes down as well. Mikyx getting another kill. Baron buff on G2. They secured that as we were jumping into the replay. And now pushing through. Mid lane, wait. Did they use the Rift Tower that they picked up?
Earlier.
Okay,
when they went for the Baron.
Oh, yeah. Because I was like, oh, Rift Tower push with Baron, but not quite. Still 24 minutes on the clock and a 13,000 gold advantage. 3 dragons to 0. And this... Oh, we just had to see the end of it, did we?
I love our obs. Obs are great.
Absolute smurfing this weekend.
BB was very pleased with
Yeah, of course he
himself,
was.
wasn't
The guy's not had the best of spring splits. You know,
To be
some
fair,
games really
yeah.
good, team fighting very solid, but laning phase, I think a lot of people looked at me like he kind of falls behind from time to time.
To summarize that one Football Manager, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe the word I won't say, otherwise I might not come back.
Yeah.
So, not
You're just here so you don't get fined.
yeah, pretty much.
Anyway. Do you want a joke?
I feel like I have it. Serenade me with a joke, medic.
It's hard to explain puns to kleptomaniacs, because they always take things literally. Hylissang hit with the hook, with the arrow, and the Spectral Maw to follow up, and Hylissang going to meet his makeup. Make yourself a machine that gets yourself out of that one, Heimerdinger. I don't think anything would allow you to pull a Houdini and escape. Caps is going to try and 2v1 in the top lane. I don't know if he knows that Elyoya's here. He knows that Chasy's here for sure.
I'll be honest, I don't think he cares. Now he knows because of the Axe vision.
There's
Chasy,
TP as well.
God.
So they're TPing away from bot lane to try to kill Caps. And I think for the mental warfare, that is worth it. Because you know you're losing this game. You know you're going to a tiebreaker. But at least you can say you killed Caps 3 times. The arrow. Oh, it's the rule. It's the pre-arrow, man. It's the
2016.
Look at the arrow. Look at the arrow. It stops the base.
And now G2 are going to end the game. not quite. They will get this next inhibitor.
Not quite.
For
Chase
Chase
down. The goes forward. Hylissang falls once again. Ragnarok used the Broken Blade. Will cry out as he does retreat. 11 kills now on the Olaf. I'll give you that one, Crow. That was a good one.
That was a great one.
An enjoyable experience for one and all, but perhaps not for MAD Lions.
Mate,
They are on the receiving end of a battering.
I've just realized a very terrible fate for MAD Lions.
Yeah.
This is maybe the one game where I think Chemtech Soul is actually going to be really obnoxious
'Cause
because
of
they
Olaf.
couldn't even kill the Olaf before.
True. Of course, Chemtech Soul, extra resistances, extra damage reduction.
just damage reduction,
Damage
yeah.
reduction under 50% HP. So it's 11% on this patch, I think. It was 10%, then they buffed it by 1%. I think for 30 and 4, it might be 30 and 6. So apologies if that's the wrong patch. But it's like 10 to 11%, somewhere in that range. Not that it really matters, because I'm going to be honest, if you ever get BrokenBlade within 1% of his life, he's probably just run onto your fountain at this point. He's got the GA as well, so he'll come back from death and do it all a second time.
He's alright though.
Yeah, G2 can do it by the numbers. They're going up towards the top lane, all 5 players. And they're going to try and close this one out.
They'll do it slowly though. They've been quite slow-paced for the most. Well, I say they've got to kill a minute, so it's hard to call it a slow-paced game. But in terms of the gold lead they have, definitely crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's.
That's missing. That, observers, that is the hardest bait I have seen in my life.
Actually,
Like, Chasy still dies, but the arrow had nothing to do with it. Ragnarok Olaf runs in, gets the GA, comes back from the dead. Nisqy trying to dash forward. The tower already down to half HP. If G2 get 2 more kills, they have the most kills of any team in any game across Spring Split. Up until now, it was held by Fnatic against Team Heretics. They got 31. Can G2 make it 32?
Yeah.
And once again surpass their rivals who beat them yesterday? It's the narrative. We've got to get Fnatic G2 in here somewhere, Jamada. It's the LEC. It's mandatory. Nisqy trying to do what he can. There's Caps. Makes it 31. They're looking for one more. Elyoya and Hylissang on the fountain. They get Hylissang. It's 32. G2. Record breakers once again as they put MAD Lions in a match with Heretics at the end of the day.
G2 secure 3rd place in the regular part of the season here in spring. And now MAD Lions will have to play another game later on tonight. I mean, Team Heretics got to be best friends with MAD Lions with G2 now. After that one, rough game. Definitely a very rough game from the MAD perspective, but I feel like realistically we just have to give credit for G2 to come in like this and just kind of smash it.
Yeah, I mean, it was demolition.
Yeah.
And I think the thing for MAD is you've got a game. You can reset.
Yeah.
G2 are a different caliber of opposition to Heretics.
Absolutely.
Anything that happened in this game could just be brushed off. Just forget about it, ignore it. Even coming into the game, saying MAD Lions are going to beat G2 was perhaps overestimating their capabilities. Come on, Nikki. Good job.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, so many high fives.
Oh, so
Good job,
many.
Caps. Good job. Good job,
Good
Yike.
stuff.
Good job, BB. Good job. Bob LaPonge, Hans. Bob
LaPonge himself.
Bob LaPonge. Yeah, but you can see Elyoya looking a bit dejected. You got an hour, man. You just have to reset, get ready for the final game of the day, which will be Heretics versus Mad Lions. Before that, of course, we have Vitality Koi, still yet to play. Still a battle for position. Your player of the game votes at LEC on Twitter. BrokenBlade. I'm not going to say the other two.
Man,
we know
I
who
wonder who's going to win.
I mean, Cam's also had a great performance.
Yeah, actually,
And
you
so
know what?
did
Maybe
Mikyx.
it is a coin toss between...
A coin
between
toss?
Yeah, between Caps and BrokenBlade on who's going to win it.
Well,
sorry, Mickey.
Do you want to pick
had a
one and
great
I'll
game.
pick the other?
Yeah, I'll go with BB. I think he's
I'll
going
go
to get it
with
for the
Caps.
Quadra.
How can you not give it to Caps, man? This man
I know,
absorbed so
I know.
much pressure in the early
I
game,
know,
Jamada.
I know.
You go for
but
BB. You just
do you know what it is?
broken
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I've been playing top lane recently, so I've got a bit of top lane bias in me.
Okay.
So I'll give it to
Bias
BB.
casters, man.
Bias casters.
Every
what can
time
you
there's
say?
a G2 game, you just get these bias casters going out.
what.
I can see Mickey getting ready for an interview, standing by with Frankie. Sure, she'll ask him about how he missed so many arrows down the mid lane. So Frankie, take it away.
Thank you, guys. I'm just being heckled by Caps' dad. We'll have a conversation in a moment, young man. I've got to talk to this young man first, though. Mickey, I'm hearing rumours that before you went on stage today, you saw Jankos and you threatened him with Happy G2. Can you clear this up for me, please?
I think that is just baseless speculation. No, I did tell him that this is for all the times he was not nice to me, but then we accidentally won, so...
Oh, what a shame, Jankos. You live to see another day. On this stage, actually, very shortly, we're going to have Mad Lions versus Heretics in that all-important quest for the 8th spot and the final place in the group stage. But first of all, let's talk about how you got things back on track, because last night, you were not happy, G2. You were quite sad, G2, and it was strange to watch your faces on camera after the performance against Fnatic. What do you think went wrong?
Well, I think quite a bit of it had to do with being a bit uncomfortable with not playing from stage. And they also have the non-stage buff, so that helped them as well. And I think mostly we just kind of messed up in draft, and we were just very greedy. I think we were still doing kind of well early. We got all the dragons, heralds, all that, but then we just gave too many random kills here and there. But even then, you know, could have still won that game. I think maybe if we get Nash, could be winnable. So it wasn't that bad, and I think it was quite an easy fix, so it's kind of whatever.
You were missing the G2 army.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Well, the G2 army definitely missed seeing you play on stage. I want to ask you, do you think that this split, the competition, is making things a lot harder for you guys?
Yeah, you could say that. I think some teams got better, most of them, I guess. I think people also learn how to draft a bit better. I think draft is quite important. So, yeah, and sometimes we also kind of shoot ourselves in the foot with it, so.
Who's drafting the best at the moment?
Who's drafting the best? Fnatic had some really good drafts, I think, for the majority. At least in their wins, I always felt like they had really good drafts. I think we were all doing a very good job, except yesterday. Yeah, for the majority. So I guess BDS as well, but I think BDS has their own style, kinda. I wouldn't say it's like necessarily the best way to draft, but it works for them, so they just keep doing it, yeah.
And the Ashe was working for you today. We did see quite a few cheeky arrows and cheeky observing as well. I think we're going to take a look back at some of the arrows. We can't actually see them right now, unfortunately.
Oh, enjoy,
but
guys.
tell me how you felt on the Ashe today.
I felt pretty good. Yeah, last game that I played Ashe, that was last split, I was really hinting. So this time around felt a lot better. Lane went pretty well. I guess we overstayed a little bit, so we had to divide, but then the arrows were kind of hitting. And then at some point, I was just like throwing them off cooldown just through mid and then hope it hits. One time I baited Sivir as well to die, so that was funny. But yeah, overall, it's not too shabby, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as funny as BB on the Olaf getting the 4 kill. Even Mad Lions were laughing while they waited to respawn in that situation. What's the mood like in the team at the moment? How would you compare it to this time last split?
I think it's quite similar. I think, yeah, nothing really changed. We're still doing good. I think our score is actually the same as last split as well. I think we went 6-3. So, yeah, we're hoping to repeat the same. I think maybe we end up 4th as well, just like last split, and then we might end up just winning it all. So
You locked 3rd.
it's all according. Oh shit.
Sorry, it's all according to plan, though, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of the fact that BDS and Astralis are in the number 1 and 2 spots?
I was quite surprised with BDS. I think a lot of their games didn't look too convincing, I felt like. I think Astralis played quite well throughout their wins. But yeah, I mean, both these teams are good, so I'm happy for them.
I'm glad you're happy for them. I know you're very happy. Perks, do you want to come here and say that on my microphone, please? Are you sure? We can talk. We'll play well and we'll talk after the game then. Okay then. Thank you very much. Well, Mickey, before I let you go then, who do you think is going to win? Is Perks going to win? Or do you think it's going to be Koi?
I don't know. I think they might continue the losing streak. I'm not sure. Actually, wait. Oh, wait. You won yesterday? Okay. Well, they might continue the winning streak. So, yeah, keep it up.
They might. Well, we'll find out if you're going to be seeing him in the group stage later on. We've got the draw show obviously coming up. We don't know which group you're going to be in yet, but we do know that we will be seeing you play in week 4. So thank you so much, Mickey. Congratulations. Thank you for chatting to me. Less of that from you, though, Perks. Right, we are going to head to a short break, and when we come back, Escape Vitality, I should say, are going to be facing off against Koi. We will see you in a few.
Push the wave, push the wave. Yeah, we push the wave. Wait, the turret. I'm cleaning the turret timer. Yeah. Okay. We can. I'm poking. Wait. I will go. Look. I'm going. I've reset. Nice. I'm a beast.
The fight. Hylissang no caught up. Cease and desist for the chase. Hylissang tries to flash away. Elyoya traded back in. But they're outnumbered, they're outgunned, they're outmanned right now. Elyoya diving onto Mikyx. Mikyx flashes away and already it's 2 kills over to G2. The arrow just... Oh, it's the tail! A little bit of a haircut needed for the arm.